Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Our Kind of People, Season 1, Episode 8, Sistervention. So, it's Teddy Franklin Eli Pope's birthday. Leah and the kids come bring him a present. He's doing well. He's out of the hospital. He's still home resting. Raymond is still out of the house as well. So, she tells the maid not to set a plate for him because he will not be joining the family. Lauren, of course, asks if she's ever going to talk to her father again. And she says, listen, that's up to your dad. Don't you worry your pretty head about that. She will talk to him, but just not today. Teddy Franklin Eli Pope excuses the kids so he and Leah can talk. And he tells her that he still hasn't been cleared to go back to work. But, in his absence, he wants Leah to step up a little bit more. And she's worried about the board because the board is so used to him that they're not listening to Leah at all, nor are they interested in doing so. He tells her he's realized that he hasn't done enough in the past to, set her on the right path. So this is his way of trying to do that. So step up, girl. You got my blessing. She's grateful that he's thinking of her. When it's her that should be thinking of him. He tells her, to go ahead and close that stadium deal. Take the reins. It's your world, and let the victory be yours. Let this be the first jewel in your crown. Tell the board that, that this company is going to be yours one day. Lead with strength. You got to be the strong black woman. Go ahead. Go forth. Okay. Go forth, Leah. Angela, she's in bed with Tariq. And she tells him that she has a meeting with Teddy Franklin Eli Pope. So he's trying. He's putting forth some effort. They're going to meet up. She asked him about his father. And, how are you doing? I know you got this news about your father committing suicide. So she's just checking in to see how he's doing. Checking on his mental health, I should say. He ain't got no answers. His answer is, let's just smash. His approach to it all is we can just have sex. That'll keep my mind off of all of everything that he is dealing with. He ain't trying to worry about that when he's with Angela. So, okay, Angela. She drops in to check on Teddy Franklin Eli Pope. And he's looking into an old piece of history, that... Okay, the name of it, my bad. The name of it is Brothers. I don't know if it's a piece of literature. I don't know, but it's from the Harlem Renaissance. And Angela, she's very familiar with it. It was in his family for years. And when his brother passed away, their father sold it. And he's trying to get it back for his brother, just to kind of make amends. Because before his brother passed, up until then, I guess, or around that time, they weren't really getting along, like they were at odds. And so he's trying to make it right. He invites her to the birthday party. She says that she and Nikki will be there. So there's that. Okay, Raymond, he is back. He doesn't just waltz back in on his own. He's like, listen, this is my family too. I am back. You and I are just going to have to talk about this. I gave you your space, and that's just that. They go tit for tat, of course, about who's more wrong than the other. He tells her that he knows about Our Legacy LLC, and he's seen her emails, and she's like, okay, well, now how am I supposed to look at you? How am I supposed to let you back in? You going through my emails. I don't trust you. Bye. She don't want to hear nothing he got to say. She's backed in that corner, so she just leaves. He tells her that, go ahead and have your little meeting, but I will be here when you get back because I ain't going nowhere. This is my house too, lady. Raymond, he ends up dropping in on Jack Harmon. Jack is out there playing tennis, living his best life. He ain't even interested in getting Darman back. He ain't thought about it. He said, I got the same job, same perks, same jobs, more perks, more money. Listen, this is the life. I don't need, I don't need Darman back. And, Raymond is like this because, that sounds like it's just because you don't have a legacy to leave like I do. Black people, we always just when it comes to working with our counterparts, we gotta prove ourselves. We have to go above and beyond, to set ourselves up, set our family up. It's about legacy. It's about legacy. He tosses some papers, gives him this like manila folder with some documents, and he wants him to sign something. And he tosses it to the side and tells him, okay, well, I'll have my lawyers look over it and I'm going to get back to you. Raymond tells him, just remember, I know where all the bodies are, and I ain't afraid to dig them up. So tread lightly. I'm gonna just leave you with that. And your backhand is trash. Okay, so Nikki and Angela, they're at the house, talking about the fact that they're both getting to know their fathers, and Nikki is going to see her father today. They're going to lunch. Angela tells Nikki how proud she is of her. She's seeing Nikki grow into a wonderful young lady, so she's proud. We love to see it. Angela drops in on Leah. Angela is dropping off her projections for the incubator program, and Leah, of course, has a lot on her mind, and it shows. So Angela's just like, you all right, sis? Look like you got a lot on your mind. Okay, just go ahead and clear your schedule. We just gonna have a self-care day. So they're gonna go have a self-care day. Angela, no, excuse me. Let me not forget nothing. Okay, Nate. He arrives to pick up Nikki, and they're going to go out on their little daddy-daughter date. She's just throwing out all these ideas. Let's go bike riding. Let's go hiking. Let's go for a jog. All these things. He's like, oh, that's cool, but I really need a suit for this party, and I would, like your help with that. So she going to go out shopping with him. And that'll give them, some time to spend together. Okay, Angela and Leah, they're out by the pool at the country club, and Leah says she don't really do girl talk, so she don't even know how to do this. And Angela, they have drinks or whatever, champagne, and Angela says, okay, let's just make it a drinking game. She goes first. She says she's worried about Tariq. He keeps using sex as a distraction, to talk about the serious issues and all of that. And she knows something's going on with him. And Leah tells her, I've known him for a very long time. And so don't be pushy. Don't push. You got to give him time to be him. So that's just her 2 cents on that. It's Leah's turn, and she says that Raymond is the same way. She's kind of vague, and it's like, okay, girl, what else? She don't really, like she said, she don't really do the girl talk. She don't even know what to say. Angela just goes, gets up and goes and get another drink. Maybe that'll help. When she leaves, Jack comes waltzing up out of nowhere. And he talking about he wants to check on her, after hearing about the news and about her father. And, he also apologizes for kissing her the way that he did. But he doesn't apologize for his feelings. He said, I got feelings for you, and I know you feel what I'm feeling, what we feeling. And so I'm not apologizing for that, but I do apologize for just landing a kiss on you just out of nowhere. She just sitting there looking at him. She looking like she might be ready to risk it all. I don't know, but that's just the way she was looking. He tells her if she ever needs anything, including peen, a little fellatio, a little spooning, whatever you need. Maybe a shoulder to cry on, just a sounding board. Whatever it is that you need from me, I got you. Here's my key. He gives her the key to his bungalow and tells her, listen, do what you want with it. I ain't telling you what to do, but do what you want to do. And she takes it and puts it in her purse. I'm like, girl, you putting that in your purse? You real bold. Quincy, he gets home and he runs into an old friend. I guess this is somebody that comes onto the island during the summers. She's interning there. And, she asks where he's working. He's going to be interning at Darman. And, his father's orders. I got his daddy did it to him. His daddy did it to him. His daddy's did it to him. So this is where I'm at, Darman. It's the DuPont way. Um, she tells him, oh, I thought that you had a mind of your own. Like, I thought you was headed to the NBA. Like, what happened to that? So that's not you? She thought he had a mind of his own. She thought he was a rebel, and that really, got her juices flowing. But she tells him, good luck at the office. Raymond, he's having lunch, and he gets a call from Teddy Franklin Eli Pope. He heard that he was back on the island. He knows, I know that Leah let you back out of the doghouse, but listen, I'm not that forgiving. He tells him that you done caused my daughter a great deal of pain and my family a world of trouble. And so do it again. Try it again. And we're going to have a problem. Not even Leah is going to get me up off your ass. Okay? Raymond tells him, none of this would have happened if you would have just given him Darman back. And Teddy just, scoffs at him and tells him, that he's deflecting. And he says that had you not brought in the black Lois Lane, he might have given the company back. But now, listen, I'm angry, brother. I'm angry. So Raymond kind of reads his ass down, calls him an old lonely man, and calls him the master puppeteer. He's pulling strings, just to keep people close. But I mean, he ain't got nobody in the big scheme of things. You can't do that to people. You can't make people be there for you. You can't make people be a part of your life. You can't pull strings so that people are close. And it kind of stung, I'm sure it did, because on the look on Teddy's face, it looked like, oh, you got me, but I got one more for you. He said he gonna have a happy birthday anyway. So they just hang up. Okay, Nikki, she's walking with Nate or whatever. They just had lunch, and while they're waiting on their car at the valet, this police car come pulling up, and immediately Nate is like stunned and just stuck. He's having a moment of PTSD. Obviously, the police are getting out their car and they're walking in his direction, and he's just like, call this number 555-555-555-555. He was trying to tell her to call his attorney, and she's like, what's the number again? What Nate, dad, because he wasn't answering. He was stuck. My friend was really scared. Okay, he was scared. He didn't know what was about to happen, but nothing happened. Nikki, of course, is embarrassed, so Now he got to smooth that over. You just got back in her life, and now you got PTSD. It's a lot. That's a lot on her. Tariq, he drops by to see Teddy Franklin Eli Pope. He apologizes, for their last encounter. He blames himself for the heart attack. Teddy tells him there's no need to apologize. He should apologize to him for lying so long about his father's suicide. He tells him that he did it to protect him. He asks, how he's doing with all of it. And of course, Tariq say he's getting by. He's like, that's the problem. I don't want you getting by. I don't want you falling into no depression, falling into your own thoughts. That's a dangerous place to be. So why don't you go out and set up he set up the meeting for him to pitch for, at the stadium. So Tariq is grateful for that. Leah, she's in her closet putting on glam for the party. Raymond, he's also getting ready. They're both, not talking. She's still giving him the silent treatment. And he's just like, who are we? Is this who we are now? And she's like, I don't know. Are we? Who are we? He, accidentally knocks her purse over, and she hop up real fast. I mean, like, oh, I got it. Cause he was gonna get it for her, but she hop up real quick cause she see that room key about to fall out her wallet. She gets it up, she scoops it up without it being detected. But girl, I felt like he might have seen it a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, Teddy's party, it's swinging. It's giving 1920s. It reminded me of my vow renewal for our 5th year wedding anniversary. We renewed our vows, and this is really because I didn't get to do the whole wedding thing the first time around. My situation was more shotgun, if you will, because I was pregnant and we was not going down the aisle pregnant. So yeah, we did a courthouse situation and bought a house and went on a honeymoon. If I had to do it another way, I would still do it that way, because we saved so much money, even though we turned around 5 years later and spent a bunch of money on the vow renewal. But listen, it was lit. If you was there, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But his birthday party reminded me of that. All the flapper girls. And I feel like in the 1920s, black people were just so beat. You know, like we're beat all the time. But in that time, listen, we came out in the finest of fabrics. Furs. You know, the beading and, you know, the feathers. And I love it. Love the 1920s. So that's what it was given. Everybody is dressed up. You know, everybody participated. They in their good 1920s garments. Angela and Nikki arrive, and she sees Nate across the room. So I think she's going to go over there and talk to him because he over there looking uncomfortable. Tariq, he sees Angela, and of course, he ready to get her in the bed. Listen, I'm trying to get you out this dress, girl. He's deflecting again, you know, and she tries to pry, you know, like, are you okay? And he's like, girl, not tonight. I'm trying to have a good time. Not tonight. Can you please not drill me tonight? And it was, you know, a little bit loud. He kind of raised his voice a little bit. And Nate across the room glaring like, don't be talking to my baby mama like that. I don't think he liked it. And that's exactly what Teddy Franklin Eli Pope wants to happen. He wants there to be a rift between Angela and Tariq so that, you know, he can have his soldier back. He went, like I said, Nate noticed it, so he goes to check on Angela at the bar, and, you know, she tells him it's really nothing. Tariq is just going through a lot. And he tells her, you know, about his run-in with the cops and, you know, or the lack thereof, I should say, because they ain't even do nothing to him. But Angela says that she's going to talk to Nikki because, you know, he feels like it might have been a lot for her, which it was. Quincy, he runs to go get Teddy Franklin Eli Pope, telling him the press is here, you know, and he can't seem to get rid of them. When they walk up, it's really just his girls, Lauren, Angela, Leah, and Nikki. They're all standing there. They, you know, they have a surprise for him. They love how he loves to, what's the name of the dance? The Lindy Hop. So let's Lindy Hop, Daddy. And they, you know, it's giving, you know what the swinging gives. You know what it gives. I love it. They had a whole routine, you know, practice for him, rehearsed, I should say. They had a whole routine rehearsed for him. Raymond and Quincy, they're at the bar, and Quincy asks if he and Leah are doing okay. You know, he says that they'll be fine. It's just a rough patch in the marriage. It ain't nothing that he needs to be worried about. He tells him he's proud of him. He sees that he's, you know, making his own path at Darman, and Quincy's like, yeah, about that. So I don't really want to intern at Darman. I don't really want to do that. And he's like, son, this is every man in our family for the past 7 decades has led Darman. This is your legacy. And he's like, did I ask though? Did I ask? Y'all ain't asked me what I wanted to do. These parents gonna know. the Jack and Jill type of parent. Y'all got to learn, this new generation, they not with it. They don't want to take over your business. They don't want to take over your company. They don't want to do that. They want to create. They want to do something differently with their gifts and talents. They want to use those things to garner income, not go work for somebody, not go run a company. I mean, there's a pocket of them that do, but for the majority of my generation included, and you know, the one behind me, we don't want to work for the people no more. We don't want to do that no more. We don't want to clock in like that no more. And so that's what you get. You get Quincy's who are like, 7 decades, sorry, that's cute, but it stops with me. I'm trying to go do something else. So that's that. You know, he can't, and Raymond can't be nothing but proud. He's just looking at him like, you know what, you make me so proud. Because he says, you taught me to be my own man. Are you going to let me? I'm trying to be my own man. Please let me be my own man. Leah. She over there looking at her husband. He looking at her. You know, they looking at each other from across the room, pretending not to notice one another. But she a strong black woman, so she got to, you know, keep up a good face. She says that she'll be fine. Lauren checks in, you know, asking how she's doing. She's just like, I understand, you know, and I don't want you feeling like I'm taking sides. I know you think I'm a daddy's girl, but basically, listen, I want y'all to get back together. So I hope she hopes that they can work it out. She's worried about her parents. Leah, she's sitting outside in a hotel. I mean, at the hotel, at the hotel that Jack is at. And Angela comes getting in the car. She done call Angela there because she about to cheat on her husband, basically. And she don't want to, you know. She shows her the key and everything. And Angela's like, listen, don't you do that, girl. Don't you go in there, you know, fight for your marriage. Don't you do it. Now, see, it shows that you're not, you know, willing to throw away your marriage because you called me. You ain't even went up there to the room. You called me. So, sis, you already know what to do. You already know what to do. And, you know, Angela going on by her business. Quincy, he drops by the little girl's room, trying to invite her to the after party, a little bonfire they're having. And the head housekeeper, I guess this is she's some kin to the lady, cause she come strolling up. Hello, and he's like, oh hey, hello, how are you? Vigilant. What do you want? Listen, you can do whatever you do with them other girls, but when it comes to this one right here, no. You think again, okay? Tread lightly with this one right here. She closed the door. It won't be no going to no bonfire. She got work in the morning. She a grandma or auntie or mama, whoever she is, she cock blocking. Jack, he's in his room getting it all romantic, thinking that Leah gonna drive by. Instead, it's Raymond. And he says he heard that he wasn't going to sign. And Jack's like, listen, I looked it over with my lawyers. Teddy gave me a better deal, you know, so I'm going to go and go with that. And he sold his shares, so he really don't have to sign nothing. It's just Teddy and Raymond at this point. And then he goes on to tell him how he feels about Leah. You know, I always felt like Leah was a stone cold foxy. And before he could even get it out, Raymond done punched him in the face and then punched him some more. And I was here for it because the nerve, Jack, the nerve to think you could stand up in that man's face and tell him how much you want his wife. Excuse me? You lucky he do more than that. You are lucky. Trifling ass. I can't believe that. He tells them that they're done though. Like, won't be no Darman's done. Our families, X that's over with. Angela, she drops in on Nikki. This conversation, I feel like we always got to have a daggone after school special when it comes to Angela and Nikki. Anyway, she telling her how she a strong black woman, but she ain't got to be no strong black woman all the time. It's okay to be vulnerable, blah, blah, blah. Angela then proposes that Nate should move in with them. I guess so that they don't have to feel like they have to take on so much. Like a man being in the house would kind of alleviate a lot of the stressors that make us as black women feel like we got to be the strong black woman because we are carrying so much of the load. And so she proposes that Nate comes to live with them, and she's all, you know, on board with that. I'm like, girl, what? You know that ain't gonna go over well with your man. What are you doing? I guess she don't care. Raymond, he and Leah, they finally have a talk. She tells him, you know, she lied to protect him, and you know she tried to get the company back once she saw the whole, what's it called? I ain't going back up into the notes, but the little company, the little LLC that she was hiding, Our Legacy LLC. When she found out about that, she was looking into it herself, but she got caught and got locked out of the books herself. So it's like, what could I do? She tells him, well, he tells her that, you know, he's going to still look into Teddy. He's going to still try to get his company back, and he don't need no handcuffs on him. And she's like, listen, babe, do you? No handcuffs. And when he's headed out, she's like, where you going? Where you going? I think it's time you get a little bit of this, a little taste. And so there we have it. You know, he's back in the bed. Lauren, she's using Leah's car. They finna go hang out, and she sees that hotel key. And I was just like, this is not realistic at all. If I'm in my mama's car and see a hotel key, I'm not calling the hotel to see whose key it belongs to. I mean, I'm just not doing that. Like, because for one, I'm in my mama's car, so that ain't my business. Two, that's just not a natural reaction to finding a hotel key. If anything, you think like, And now you're what's the word? Your antennas is working now, after seeing that. I would expect Raymond, of course, if Raymond had gotten the car and saw it, of course, that's more plausible. But why are we writing in Lauren finding the daggone key and not Raymond? Why couldn't Raymond run down to the car for something and then find it? Why is Lauren finding it? Because now it's finna go left and she don't even know what she's talking about. But she done seen her mama kissing that man, so there's that. I don't know. That's not gonna go over well. She finds out too that it's Jack Harmon's room when she calls. They say, "Oh, Mr. Harmon's not in right now." Oh, excuse Jack Harmon? Yeah, girl. Nate, he drops by Angela. She asks him to move in, with she and Nikki. And he tells her, that's cool. Like he's like, he don't want no handouts. And she's like, a handout is a room over there on the Franklin compound. I'm trying to create family here for our daughter. Like she done been without you 17 years. I don't think she should go another day. So you can come on and move in over here. I still think this is a bad idea. You can have your family without him being in the house, ma'am. You got a man. How this gonna work? Anyway, while they're talking, Tariq comes in drunk, boots. I don't even know where he coming from. I guess from the party, but he drunk. He say he want to talk, and Angela's like, we do need to talk, but we need to talk at another time when you're sober. So I'm gonna need for you to just head on out. And he's like, oh, I bet he's here. I bet you he already here to come try to step in where I left off. He kind of, he's drunk. And Nate is like, the lady asked you to leave, and he's like, y'all ain't even worth it. You ain't worth it. You ain't worth it. And he just turn around and leave. This is exactly what Teddy wanted to happen in it. And it's just like the fact that it's just playing out like this. He said it would, though. The fact that Nate is now back in the picture. Because now she probably, okay, let's recreate the family. We might as well just go on and try a relationship again as well. And it's like, no, you could have definitely been, y'all could have did the whole co-parent thing without moving him in the house. I ain't got nothing against Nate. It's just, why y'all doing all this so soon? Anyway, like, why not? Let's help you get a little apartment down the road, Got to come live with me? Oh, well. Anyway, that's where we end. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.